Looking after your brand name is very important, looking after your business is very important, and looking after yourself is very important. And today we've got Ilse Strauss here from Ilse Strauss and Associates. Bit of a change in name there. Welcome back.
Thanks, Fred. Good to be back.
You've been away a while. Have you been running your own business, have you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite busy, which has been great. Been writing the book and doing a lot of trainings and seminars, so it's been very busy.
Well, today we're going to talk about your book, because you've got a brand new book. Tell me about it.
So the latest book that's come out is called Brands Don't Grow on Trees, and it's all about reverse engineering successful brands. So helping business owners understand what it takes to actually have a successful brand, from not just designing the branding concept, but what it means for the people who's even on the ground, who's responsible for communicating that message.
Is it cultivating and protecting that brand and looking after it?
Absolutely, it is. And the reason for it is because when people generally talk about brand, they only talk about the branding elements. So, you know, what the logos look like, what the message is that people are hearing outside in the marketplace. But it's so much more than that. So this book is really just helping them understand what goes on beneath the iceberg that even your staff members really need to know about. It's about creating brand ambassadors in the market, as in your customers, but also making sure your staff are fully aware of what the brand message is.
Because that's very important, because I always think if your staff aren't coming along the journey with you, you're giving the wrong impression and wrong message. And a lot of companies now, Ilse, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, they're putting a lot of effort into training and awareness so that staff are aware of what a brand means. And I'll give you an example, something like McDonald's. They would put a lot of money in making sure that their brand is very recognisable, that it's consistent, and that it does what it says it does. And if an operator was to not operate in that generic brand style, they wouldn't be there for very long. Because
You're spot on.
Is that true?
You're spot on. And I think because businesses are starting to realise that it's not just what you tell the market or who you are, and it's not just about the message you're sending to the market, it's about the experience that they're having when they actually make that first touch contact with someone who's a part of your business. Because moving forward, we're going to start seeing that businesses are going to become far more aware and start to back themselves a lot more in what they're doing on the ground with their staff members, what they're doing with their sales teams, with their customer service teams, because it's not just about what you're projecting to the marketplace, it's about delivering on that promise when they're making that first touch.
And I'm looking at the economy at the moment. We've got a bit of a debt in Australia, quite a big debt if you speak to Tony Abbott. And the point
no
is...
winking.
No winking. I wasn't going to do that. But it's really important that people understand we're competing against forces outside Australia now for business. So the dollar's a lot harder to get. You're competing with companies that have lower salaries, lower wages. And in Australia, where we're talking about, where you are, it's about becoming more business smart, aren't we?
It is.
And the brand needs to be something that you develop, that you put out into the market, that your staff are confident, reliable, and appreciate your brand. Because it's okay getting a job and getting staff, but if they don't respect your brand but are just doing the job, there could be a detriment to the business.
Absolutely, because you really want to look at turning your staff and your employees from ordinary employees into really strong brand ambassadors.
Very loyal.
And I mean, you can see it anywhere you go. You go into the local shopping centre, you go to your local car dealer, wherever it is, you see people who's just doing a job. Like I was at one of my favourite cafes today, and I love being there because it's a lovely atmosphere. But when I approach the counter, I just get generic service. I want to know about, you know, there's new specials that's coming up. I want to know about what new innovations
so what's
they
wrong?
have.
Why are we finding that this sort of... A lot of people are complaining, and when I was on 6PR, I had the same thing. People complained about customer service. What's happening?
Well, what's happening is business owners, they are so focused on doing all these new isolated tactics to bring in new customers that they're pretty much wiped out and tired.
They're focusing on the wrong, or not the wrong, but they're focusing too much on one element.
They're too much on one element, and there's a lack of synchronicity between understanding what it is that you're doing out there to bring customers in and what you do once you get those customers. So our job really is to help business owners moving forward start to align this brand message and bring these two components into a better integration.
It's sort of making your staff and the people you work with your family.
Yes.
And I'll give you an example of one that I think is a good brand. I don't particularly like Apple, right? But I think they're a very good brand, and someone's going to laugh in the background because I'm always knocking the Apple brand. But I think that what they do very well.
They do.
Now, Apple will bring out something and everybody's behind it, everybody's on board, everybody's trained up. Whereas Samsung is the market leader and they're selling more phones, but yet I find when you go to the shops, they don't have dedicated Samsung stores.
It's just generic service.
It's just something they want to push. They have a $5.99 cheap phone and that's all they're selling. They're not selling the brand. What it does, it's different to Apple.
Precisely. And you see this in franchise groups as well. Like I talk a lot into the franchise industry because I have had nearly 20 years of experience in franchising. And one of the things that I always used to say when I was working corporately in the franchise market to franchisees is that you've got to be very clear that when your staff members step up to the counter to engage with someone, make sure they're not just being an order taker, but they're actually providing a really strong brand service to that customer.
Very important.
And that's the difference that's going to make the difference. Whether it is you're a big business or whether you're a local business, these principles apply to everybody. It cannot be generic anymore, and this is going to be the way forward from now on.
And isn't it also used in just everyday life as well? When we go to a restaurant or when we go to a cafe, like you said, what TV shows we watch, we look at the brand. If the brand works, the TV show works. I look at the 7 Network. They do very well because the brand is very good and everything they touch turns to gold.
Absolutely.
Network 10, a lot of problems. The brand, the network's good, but the way they sell their programs is very bad and a lot of it doesn't rate.
And that's why it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work and it fails.
It might sell a product, but it's not going to create a lasting relationship with the customers. And it's really about creating that brand encounter.
And we're doing a long-term thing too, not just a short-term game.
And that's what we were talking about before, where is the big problem for business owners? It's that they're focusing on those quick fixes. And those quick fixes might get you a ton of new business coming in.
To start with.
But it's not going to help you maintain that, and that's what the new book Brands Don't Grow on Trees is all about.
And that's what I was going to ask you. What's the book called again? Tell me again.
Brands Don't Grow on Trees.
Brands Don't Grow on Trees. You can get it where? Amazon?
On Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Yep.
Or you can check out our website, thecouch.com.au, and we'll have a link there to Ilse's website. And can we get it from your website, the links as well?
Absolutely, and we can pop that all on thecouch.com.au website, and
Beautiful.
that'll all be there.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Let's
Fred.
go for a coffee.
I think we should.
Do you have a good brand in mind?
I do, actually.
I know
I'll tell you in a moment.
That's Ilse Strauss. If you want more information, this is how you get it.
If you're looking for more info on anything you've seen on today's show, head to thecouch.com.au. It's where you'll find all the links for our guests, plus clips from the show, backstage photos, and even exclusive movie reviews. You can also sign up as a couchie and be part of our competitions, including Spin It to Win It. New Zealand viewers, that's open to you too. So jump online and check it out now. thecouch.com.au.